All right, check it out. Success. We have the TV mounted. Let's see it up close. Hey everyone, today in this video, I'm going to be checking out the Mounting Dream TV wall mount for most TVs ranging from 26 to 55 inches. If you're interested in this wall mount or you want to find out more about it, the link to it will be in the video description. The first link, if you're in the US, will take you to Amazon Live where I'm featuring this item, and you can click a shoppable carousel. Just browse that until you find the item that you're interested in. Here's a look at the retail box and packaging, walking through some of the tech specs and its model number. This model is MD2413-MX. On the back side, they show you the different VESA hole patterns right here from 75 by 75 all the way up to 400 by 400 will be supported with this mount. Now let's go ahead, let's open it up and look at the contents. Here are all the contents. First up, we have a product literature with the guide walking us through the optimal viewing height. Looks like we have a template for installation as well. We also have our instruction guide and manual right here walking you through everything you need to know about installation. Next, we have a lot of different hardware kits. We have an included level. Couple of loose screws I noticed. One of our plates right here. 4 of our arms, 2 of each left and right. Cable management straps with Mounting Dream's logo and branding on them. We have our included tool to help with installation. And we have the arm itself right here. Now let's go ahead, let's get everything set up. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna choose our configuration. This will vary depending on your TV. If it's anywhere between 75 by 75 and 200 by 200, you're gonna just use this bracket and you're done. Yay, good for you. For everybody else, you gotta find what your TV's size is. In our case, we'll be mounting this with the 400 by 200 VESA mount. So that's how we're gonna set this up. So pay attention to how everything looks right here, how it's set up. So in this case, it's gonna be just like this. And we're gonna take the 2 left. They're gonna go on the left right here. It looks like just like so. So left there, and then we have left at the bottom. That's gonna come out. And then we got our 2 rights. Should be like that. And like that. And we're gonna take the 8 screws right here with our included tool and fasten them in place. All right, so we have it assembled right here, getting the 400 by 200 configuration. See how we have it? Check it out from both sides. Pay attention where the logo is. The screws will go through on the back side and you'll tighten them in place, just like so. Now it's time to connect this to the back of our TV. For this step, you'll be using a combination of the TV mounting hardware right here. Hopefully they have the correct bolts and size for you and your TV. They give you quite a variety to choose from. And we also have some additional hardware right here if you need any washers, brackets, everything right there for you. So you're looking at the back of my 55-inch on Roku TV. It's actually a 400 by 300, so I had to reconfigure the mount. And when you're going ahead and installing this, loosen these up. Don't tighten them down. You're going to need some flex and some give to make sure you can actually get all the holes to line up. And then once you have everything fastened in place, then I'd go ahead and retighten everything back down. For me, with this particular TV, we used the B screws that were labeled B. A's too small, C's too big, so we got lucky. Those fit great. And for the mounting hardware, we didn't need any spacers. It was flush right with the TV. Those would be helpful if you're, working in weird crevices or things. That's where you might need those spacers. So for us, we just used the L washers. We could probably have gotten away with the K ones as well, but we just used the L washers right there. We fastened everything in place, and now we're ready for the next step. So the next step is finding a stud and mounting the TV to the wall. So the TV is going to go right here. It's going to replace this smaller monitor that I already have mounted. So we're going to follow the same formula. For us, really easy because I can see the studs right here. You'll have to use the stud finder to make sure that you're going to get those leg bolts exactly where they need to go. But for us, I got to remove this one, and then we're going to mount the new one right in place there. And then we'll be ready to mount the TV. So I got the old monitor mount removed with my measurements from where I want this 55-inch TV being from the top. I was actually able to reuse one of the holes in the stud, but I did use a pen. I marked the other two, drilled them out, and now it's just time for us to tighten everything down in place. So for you, find your stud, measure your holes. You can use the included template if you want, drill them out, and then go ahead, get a nice, good wrench or socket if you have one, and then make sure you fasten them down nice and snug in place, all the while making sure it's nice and level. All right, so we got all 3 lag bolts fastened in place. Good luck if you're trying to do it with the included tool. You're definitely gonna wanna bring your own wrench or socket set. The middle one's the easiest one to do. There's plenty of space, but I did notice for the top and for the bottom right here, when I tried to use my fancy wrench, you can see once we tightened it in to a certain level, then this piece blocks it. So we had to painfully regroup every time to fasten both of these. Same with the top right here, it will get stuck. So just keep that in mind. If you're using your own tool, you might have to really crank it down manually the last little bit. These 2 pieces get in the way. So I wish they just extended this bracket another inch. Would it be that hard? Another ½ an inch, and put that down here so we don't ever have that issue. That's what I'd like to see different, but everything looks great. Make sure you got the up arrow in the right direction as well. Now it's time to put our TV on. All right, check it out, success. We have the TV mounted. Let's see it up close. So here it is from the back side right there. It just rests right on top. It just drops in right there. And then you can use the included Allen wrench to adjust both sides for the tilt. And then we take those last 2 screws and fasten them in place here, so the TV is now connected to this arm, so it's not going to fall. It's a nice little safety measure there. The only thing I think I would change on this particular monitor is to make this flathead or Phillips head screws instead of the Allen wrench, so we can fine-tune those adjustments. It would be even better if they were actually wing nuts. Wing nuts would be awesome, so we could just do a tool-free adjustment right there for the tilt. Same with locking them in at the bottom here to be able to adjust how level it is. It would be great if somehow that could be tool-free as well, or that was incorporated directly into the stand as well, if we had some sort of like swivel or rotation movement enabled. But there we go. Everything works great. Something to consider though with this mount, make sure your TV ports are where you want them to be. I'm accessing stuff on the side right here. That's all I'm ever gonna need in this situation. But it'd be very difficult to get to my extra HDMI port, coax port, and some of those other options down there without either connecting them before I mount it or really trying to fish them up and through and to try to get lucky there. So again, just keep that in mind with your TV. But yeah, check it out. Everything looks great. And don't get at me for leaving the stand on. I saw somebody else do this, and for this setup here, nobody else will see it. I'm really happy with that. I don't have to worry about storing these somewhere and losing them. They're going to stay right there with the TV.